Okay, today I want to talk a little bit about getting your garden spot ready. Signs in the seasons, time to do stuff, and time not to do stuff. Now's a good time, now that we've got our fruit trees and grapevines and all our trees that we wanted trimmed up, got those trimmed up, pretty much got the yard looking pretty decent. And I put pine straw out around my blueberries because pine straw is full of acid. And blueberries love 5.5 pH and it's acid soil. So it makes, the pine straw makes the soil more acid. So the blueberries love having pine straw put around them. Azaleas and camellias love acid. So you put pine straw around azaleas and camellias and blueberries. Now, if you want to grow sweet watermelon, sweet cantaloupe, cucumbers, sweet melons, honeydew, you got to get the pH of your soil correct. Now here in North Florida, our soil is a 5.5 pH, real acid soil. So in order to fix your pH of your soil, you need to start taking care of problems now and check your pH of your soil, and you want your soil to be a pH of between 6.5 and 7 for all your garden stuff to have sweet melons. I grow Crimson Sweet watermelons and I grow Hale's Best cantaloupes. So you got to get the pH of the soil up to a 6.5. And in order to do that, you put out dolomite or lime, or you can use wood ash. And another thing we use here in Florida, we have to because our soil is real low in calcium. We got lots of calcium in the groundwater, and the soil itself has low calcium, which causes black spots on your tomatoes and all kinds of growing deficiencies in your other crops. So we put calcium out, and calcium will raise the pH also of the soil. So you want to get your garden spot ready. In Florida, we got to throw the calcium crushed oyster shells. That's what I use. You can go to a garden supply place and they sell crushed oyster shells to feed to chickens to make their eggs get thicker and harder, so they're harder to break. Crushed oyster shells readily available. You can get them in 50-pound bags. You can get 50-pound bags of crushed oyster shells and throw that out in your garden spot. So you go ahead and get that stuff in. And another thing here in North Florida, in that Florida sand, we have what's called nematodes, and that's root knot. Now, in order to get rid of root knot, you got to grow pasture grass. Now, the nematodes can't stand cow pasture grass. Pensacola, Argentina, Tifnine, none of the pasture grass. And the yard grass, your centipede, St. Augustine, they can't stand nematodes or root knot. Now, if you try to grow a garden in the same place year after year, or you try to row crop your crops year after year, you have to rotate your crop with cow pasture. And that cow pasture kills the nematodes. Otherwise, it costs you about $250, $300 an acre to spray for nematodes. And those nematodes the root knot get into the root of the plant, and they just wipe your plants out. So you got to control your nematodes, and you do that by rotating your crop. You can row crop for 3 years. Normally, what I do with my garden is I grow my same garden spot 2 years in a row, and then I fix a new garden spot on the 3rd year. So it's time to get your garden spots ready. Get your calcium out there, get your dolomite, get your pH right. And then you can plant as soon as it starts to warm up in March or April here in Florida. But up the country, you have to wait later in the year to plant plant your garden. So it's according to where you live at, but you need to check your pH now. And if you're going to plant a new garden spot, you need to go ahead and rototill it in now, or plow it in with a harrow or a bottom plow or whatever you use to get your garden spot ready. But you need to get that spot ready and let that humus from the lawn grass, yard grass, pasture grass, whatever you're turning in, you want to get that stuff kind of getting mixed into the soil right now. So you go ahead and get that ready now, and then you can just go over your field right before you plant and knock it down, make it look real pretty, and then plant after you've got the pH and the nematodes killed and all the humus mixed in. And so then it'll be ready to plant when you get ready to plant. Okay, so we're going to read Psalm 74. We're going to continue on in our Father's Word today, Psalm 74, a contemplation of Asaph. Oh God, why have you cast us off forever? Why does your anger smoke against the sheep of your pasture? Remember your congregation, which you have purchased of old, the tribe of your inheritance, which you have redeemed, this Mount Zion, where you have dwelt. Lift up your feet to the perpetual desolations. The enemy has damaged everything in the sanctuary. Your enemies roar in the midst of your meeting place. They set up their banners for signs. They seem like men who lift up axes among the thick trees. And now they break down its carved work all at once with axes and hammers. They have set fire to your sanctuary. They have defiled the dwelling place of your name to the ground. They said in their hearts, let us destroy them altogether. They have burned up all the meeting places of God in the land. We do not see our signs. There is no longer any prophet, nor is there any among us who know how to long. O God, how long will the adversary reproach you? Will the enemy blaspheme your name forever? Why do you withdraw your hand, even your right hand? Take it out of your bosom and destroy them. For God is my king from old, working salvation in the midst of the earth. You divided the sea by your strength. You broke the heads of the sea serpents in the waters. You broke the heads of Leviathan in pieces. You gave him as food to the people inhabiting the wilderness. You broke open the fountain and the flood. You dried up mighty rivers. The day is yours. The night also is yours. You have prepared the light and the sun. You have set up all the borders of the earth. You have made summer and winter. Remember this, that the enemy has reproached, O Lord, and that a foolish people has blasphemed your name. O do not deliver the life of your turtle dove to the wild beast. Do not forget the life of your poor forever. Have respect to the covenant. For the dark places of the earth are full of haunts of cruelty. Oh, do not let the oppressed return ashamed. Let the poor and needy praise your name. Arise, O God, plead your own cause. Remember